They beat me. Straight up. Pay them. Pay the nice guys their money.
Need an education on how to grow your business? The nice guys are here to help. Learn about great customer service, networking, and how just being nice can help you prosper. Now, here are your hosts, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
Hey, nice guy community. Welcome back. Welcome back. It is the 13th of December today. My name is Strickland Bonner. On the other side of the microphone, Mr. Doug Sandler.
Strickland!
What
Today
is going
Tuesday?
on?
It's Tuesday?
It's Tuesday, so we get to shoot the shit today.
You know what we haven't done in a long time? We haven't done the Nice Guy Blues in a long time.
We haven't. We also haven't had any other guests on. We haven't heard from Stacey Sherman.
I know.
What's up with that?
Totally on me. I've been running so hard with this new position with C-Suite and all of the things that have been going on. I think we've finally been getting some traction in the speaking world. I've got a couple of speaking engagements that are coming up in the next 30 days. Mm-hmm. It's just been so busy, between that and the podcast. Now we're at 5 episodes a week. Got the book thing has been going on. I've been blogging. There's just so much shit going on in my life.
We're busy. What can we say? It's good.
I mean, all good stuff. But then on top of that, to try to coordinate with 2 or 3 other people's schedules, it's really hard.
But you're still going to be doing Dialing for Doug on Wednesdays, which would be tomorrow from 5 until 6:30. So why don't we tell the nice guy community what, you've been doing it for 2 weeks now, right?
I have been doing it absolutely for 2 solid weeks.
And has it been gangbusters?
Less than stellar, I would say.
Less than stellar?
Yeah. I'm not 100%. Now, the first week I thought, well, maybe because you completely fucked it up by telling people the other phone number. And
right. Because we know that 4242 DJ Doug, which you should never ever call again, doesn't work because. I'm sorry, Doug. Why do we know that doesn't work?
Apparently, a number of people have been mocking me and telling me it actually does work, but I haven't gotten any calls from that on that number either.
Okay, so and just to clarify, so Doug, so that your hypothesis, the answer to why you haven't been getting any calls on 4242 DJ Doug is that it doesn't work.
I thought maybe there was some technical issues with that phone line. Apparently, I am not. Oh, I am embarrassed.
even though you have not had anybody say, hey, I tried to call and it didn't work. You just figured that since nobody's calling, the only explanation could be that there was something technically wrong. So we switched over to use your regular cell phone number. And Wednesday, a week ago, we did Dialing for Doug. And then last week we had to switch it to Monday. But then you were kind enough to say, you know what? Screw that. Let's make it all week. You can call me anytime. How many calls did you get?
I lost count at 1. I lost count at 1, and I'm not 100% sure what is going on. What is happening with this world? We have an extremely, I went to the C-Suite network thing up in New York, and I would say of the 160 people that were in attendance, I would say maybe somewhere between 30 and 50 of them were podcasters. Mm-hmm. I did speak to probably 24 of them. And I'm trying to get some gauge on where we are in the world of, is this a good amount of downloads to have, or is this not a good amount of downloads to have? I'd say the typical show gets anywhere between 50 and 100 downloads. Not our show, the typical show that's out there. Mm-hmm. And, we do, what do we do? 1,500 to 1,600 downloads every show?
Yeah.
So our show is definitely above average when it comes to the amount of downloads that we get.
Well, we went to the DC Podfest, and the VP of marketing was from Libsyn.
Right. Yeah.
And he confirmed that if you're getting more than, I think, 800 or 900 or 1,000 downloads per episode, you're in the top 10%.
Wow.
Which is definitely where we are. Makes sense. I think we're good.
We've been solidly and consistently there. Now I would have to tell you honestly, again, nice guy community, we're just as transparent as we can possibly be. I believe we have lost a little bit of the momentum. There were many episodes there that we were getting closer to 2,000, 1,800 to 2,000 downloads per episode. And I have noticed not a downward trend, but I have noticed that we kind of leveled at that 1,800 or 1,900, maybe 2,000, and then it did drop back to that 15, 16, 1700, which is where it's been for the last couple of months. And I'm just trying to think what happened.
Well, and then we had almost 40,000 downloads in the month of October. We were only about 875 short. But then in November, we actually dropped about 10%. So we actually are dropping a bit.
Yeah. So what do we do? What can we do to correct that?
I don't know, but I don't think it's due to the fact that 4242 DJ Doug was not working. That was the point I was trying to make, was that I think your hypothesis may have been incorrect. I believe it is because our listeners are not reaching out to us.
Oh, well, okay. So what do we do? I'm quite open to suggestions. I really am.
Well, can I tell you, we've got some really good interviews this week. No, not to plug the show on the show kind of thing, but Mike Roberts from SpyFu, maybe we could look up some of our competitors and see what they're doing to get more engagement. And then we've got Adam Toporek from Crack the Customer Code. Customers That Stick is his company. And then Ryan Phelan is Phelan, right? Pronounced Phelan, I believe.
Yep.
Ryan Phelan is Adestra, and that is all about digital marketing. So really, we ought to listen to our own episodes, I think, this week.
Maybe so. There's just something that is, and again, I'm not sensing that we have people that are just like, okay, well, we've listened to this shit for 2 years and these guys just suck. I don't feel that way at all. I mean, we don't even get hate mail. I'd like to get some hate mail. That would at least.
You know what? No. I would love, speaking of hate mail, I would love to hear back from Eat, Sleep, Drink Dubai, because he sent us that scathing email about. He emailed, right? Was that how he contacted us?
No, it was a message through my website. It was a comment on one of the episodes directly. Now, you do know, maybe you don't know, because I know you're not as active on Twitter as I am, or at all on Twitter, but you know that he reached out to me on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah. So, and then we had a whole like banter back and forth, and then I invited him on the show, and I think that he's interested in coming on the show.
I love that. So what does he do?
Hold on. Let me see if I can find him, because I do.
What was the whole banter back and forth about? That's interesting.
Hold on. Here we go. Eat, drink, stay, Dubai. Let me see if I can figure out what he does. Live like a rock star. Live like a rock star. Spend like a miser by leveraging travel hacks and loyalty programs. So it sounds like he's probably in. He's even got a website. Eat, drink, stay, Dubai. I think he's like a travel hack.
I love it.
He's got like a whole bunch of ways to stay: brunch, budget beds, cheap Dubai hotels. Let's see. So here's his. Want to learn how I travel in luxury for free? Interesting. Yeah, you'll learn exactly how I traveled to. I can't pronounce it. What is this? The Etihad A380 first class apartment. Get free nights in luxury hotels. Always turn left on flights, hold elite status in hotel loyalty programs, and many other travel hacks. So it sounds like he is a travel blogger.
I love it.
Yeah, I would love to have him on the show. I think it's a him. I don't even know that it's a him.
True, we don't know.
We do not know this. Anyway,
but the bottom line is we would love to get more. We need more feedback, guys. We are so available. We are at DJ Doug on Twitter. We are at Nice Guy on Biz, although you don't want to tweet me because I won't answer. We got the Facebook group, which is, you can go, if you're not a member of the Facebook group already, it's just the Nice Guys on Business community. You can go to niceshortcut.com and sign up for free.
Right.
And we want to hear from you guys. We need feedback.
And I just wanted to let Eat, Drink, Stay, Dubai let everybody know that we did not officially endorse him. We do not necessarily believe in his views. And this was not a product promotion, and it was not a product review of any kind either. So Eat, Drink, Stay, Dubai, if you would like to come on the show, you are welcome to come on the show. You just have to maybe call me, 410-340-6861. But this week, you're going to have to do it tomorrow, right? Tomorrow?
Right, between 5:30 and 6.
Between 5 and 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what time that is in as a Dubonese person, but somewhere around there. All right, Strickland. So I know you gave me a hard time about that. Was there some other stuff?
With that. So bottom line is we're not yet ready to throw out 4242 DG Doug unless you've stopped paying the bill on it, because I really like the number. I just think it's so easy to remember, and so that's the only reason that I fought so hard for it, because memorable stuff, right? Like, I know people are listening in the car and maybe they're not looking at the show notes. And to me, like, I don't know how many times you've said your real phone number. I still don't know what it is, but I remember 4242 DJ Doug.
And everybody does remember the 4242 DJ Doug number. So feel free to call anywhere that you want to. I've given up on trying to. I don't have any idea what you all want.
Doug, can you do me a favor? Can on 4242 DJ Doug, can we make that a recorded line? In other words, as soon as this is a line that if you call, no one will answer. And we'll tell them that up front. That this is a number to call that if you just want to leave us a message, if you want to leave a note, if you want to record an intro for the show, whatever you want to say, because I think sometimes people either don't want necessarily the conflict of talking to a real person, because maybe they do have a complaint, but also maybe they're calling at 3 a.m, and they just want to leave a message.
Hold on. I'm gonna try to I wanna see what happens. 4242 DA. All right, let's hear what happens when I dial that. Will it dial that? Wait a minute. How do I add a call?
Well, but you're dialing it from your phone, right?
No, I'm just trying to add a call to the Skype. I thought that you could add a call. Share screen, add people. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Here's add people. Can I just do it
from Skype? Oh, okay. Interesting. We could try that.
I don't know how that works.
I mean, I can call from my cell phone.
No,
but it's going to dial to your phone right now. I mean, that's what happens. It goes
to... but nobody's going to hear. It's going to be totally horrible podcasting because nobody will hear the what happens when you actually dial it. So
but when we dial it, it forwards to your phone. That's what happens.
You want to just try it?
4242. Oh no, I got to call. No, that's right. Or do I need 301? No. 4242. That's the whole point. 4242.
Strickland. Oh man, I love that. That was. You are such a fuck up.
I know. Sometimes I am. Okay, I'm going to put on speakerphone.
Okay. Oh, it's ringing on my side.
Shit. That's what I told you it's going to do.
Let's hear what it says, though. Turn it up a little bit. I can't hear it.
And it's probably going to be your regular
Put it closer to the microphone. Put it closer.
I'm turning the volume up. Relax. It's going to go to your regular DJ Doug voicemail.
Why did you end the call?
I haven't. Relax. It's still ringing.
Call ended. Okay, so no, it's not. I think it's going to go somewhere else.
Okay, so now it's forwarded.
Hold on.
Hey, this is Doug Sandler with the Nice Guys on Business podcast. If you're getting this voicemail, it means that you want to record an intro. Do me a favor, do us a favor, do the Nice Guy community a favor. Go ahead and record your message and then hang up. Hopefully we will be able to get this on the air almost immediately. Thanks again for leaving the intro recording.
Okay, well that's good news. So it doesn't forward to your regular email. Your voicemail. It forwards to our Nice Guy recording email. That's good.
All right, so that's good. So now I understand. So all I have to do now is just change the recording to say that just what am I saying?
Look, if you want to change the recording, that'd be great. And just say, hey, look, thanks for calling. We appreciate you reaching out to us. Say whatever you want. Record an intro, record an outro. Give us a message. Tell us you love us. Tell us you hate us, whatever you want. We appreciate it. Thank you so much for calling. And leave your contact information, and we would love to get back in touch with you. Okay. But even if you don't do that, the one thing you need to do is say when somebody calls, have it go directly to that voicemail. Don't ring your phone first.
Well, wait. But don't I want to talk to people?
Okay, Doug, here's the thing. We're going to get back to this. Okay, let's split this then. Okay, let's split this. And then this is going to be a perfect experiment.
I'm ready.
A-B experiment, okay? Here is the A. A is, hey, listeners, if you call 4242 DJ Doug, you can leave a message. Nobody's going to answer. It's not going to ring. You can tell us whatever you want. Tell us you love us. Tell us you hate us. Record an intro, record an outro, whatever. B is you can call Doug's cell phone number, which is what, Doug? Your cell phone number again?
Wait, I'm sorry. I didn't know. Was I supposed to fill in the blank here?
Yes, exactly. Your cell phone.
410-340-6861.
Now, you can call that number Wednesdays between 5 and 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can actually talk to Doug. All right? So this is our A-B experiment. We just want listeners to reach out somehow. Please pick your poison, okay? Either reach out to us and leave us a message and just basically say, hey, look, just wanted to say love you guys, or just wanted to say you guys suck, I hate you, or whatever, right? But you don't want to talk to Doug. You just want to let us know that.
Just remember, I'm a human being. You can't hurt my feelings like that. Doesn't make me feel good when you say that.
If you're going to call and give us a complaint, we would prefer constructive criticism. In other words, don't just say you guys suck. Say, you know what? Your show might be better if you did X, Y, and Z. That we can deal with. That's all good. We can take that. And I think Doug can even take that after I might tweak it a little.
Yeah. I could. If it's constructive criticism, I'm good with that. If you just call and you say, you suck.
Right. That's no good.
And it's just not good because you know what? That hurts my feelings.
Okay. But then if you want to actually talk to somebody, you want to talk to Doug, call Doug Wednesdays between 5 and 6:30, and let's see where we get more feedback.
So can I share a recent experience that I had, or you have something else on your agenda that you want to get to immediately?
I feel much better that I have gotten all that off my chest and that we have settled the 4242 DJ Doug discussion, technical issues. You just need to change that so it rings directly, and then we're going to see what happens over the next couple of weeks.
All right. If for some reason I can't change it so that it picks up immediately and it goes right into voicemail.
You can. It's like a Ring Central number, right?
Yeah, but I don't.
You totally can.
Okay.
If you can't,
I don't know where to call to do that, though.
If you do it on the website, don't you have a login for them? Send me the login. I'll do it for you.
I don't know. I'll find it. So, all right. So, can I get into this next topic?
Sure.
It's just very interesting. It literally just happened today. So, while it's fresh in my mind, I just want to say, oh my God, can I just completely say screw you to Care First, Blue Cross and Blue Shield one more time?
Oh wow, really? They screwed you again?
Yeah, so here's the deal. So my health insurance, now it's just the two of us, Danielle and myself, our health insurance, if we did nothing. So right now, as two self-employed people that don't have an outside health care plan, we have to pay the insurance on our own. And I know that everybody knows that this is expensive. I'm not looking for people to feel sorry for me. I just want to tell you the reality. Our insurance right now is about $565 a month for the two of us. Now, that's okay. That's a lot, but it's fine. The insurance, as of January, if we did nothing but continued on the same plan, was going to go up to nearly $1,000 a month. It was almost it was over, I think, a 90% increase in our premium. Wow. So I'm like, fuck that. I'm not doing that. We're going to work out another plan. So I searched around, tried to find it. First thing I realized was that most places you can't even get any other insurance other than Care First. I mean, you can get like some offbeat, off-brand. And I was just afraid that if there was an issue that we weren't going to be covered. So I didn't want to do that. So I go back to Care First and I say to my agent, whoever's dealing with it, I want another policy. She finds another policy. We go from this preferred provider organization, PPO, I think it's called, to an HMO, which is a specific doctor. I don't really care who my doctor is. I don't have an allegiance to one specific doctor. So I'm like, okay, I'll go with the HMO. So it's only going up from $565, about $120 a month to I think it's like $680 or $690, something like that. Okay, so I'm like, I can deal with this. Fill out the entire application, get to the part where you put your information about your bank account and all that. And I said, oh, shit. If I put in my bank account, I know what's going to happen. They're going to have now access to my bank account, and that gives them like carte blanche to take whatever they want, whenever they want out of my account. But it specifically says, we will not debit your account without approval of the application and without your prior authorization. So I'm like, okay, this is good. So I paid my December premium already at the beginning of December. So that means that my next premium would be due, if it's monthly, would be due when, Strick? January. This is good. So remember, I paid my premium at the beginning of December. I was doing this yesterday, which was December 10th, as of the recording of this episode. It was yesterday. I put in all my information, send them the application. They approved the application and promptly debited my account $690. I'm like, I can't have this happen.
Yeah.
I cannot pay my rent in the month of January. I've already paid my premium. You're now just debited my account. Who has an extra $700 just lying around?
Now, did they say that they're going to give you a refund on your other policy?
Well, they took okay, so here's what's even more stupid. They took everything out of my account. They took the $690 out of my account yesterday. Of course, today they're closed, so I can't reach them until tomorrow.
Right.
Like, I have other bills that have priority that have to be paid. I don't want to be overpaying Care First and Blue Cross Blue Shield for the month of December. And why would they even take it? It's not for the premium's not due until January.
Well, I would check that because I wouldn't doubt that as soon as you sign up for it, basically they switch the policy over. So like, this happens with cable, which I know you don't know about cable because you haven't had cable for ages, right? Mm-hmm. Or like phone bills and stuff where they're like, okay, so we're going to switch it as of, today, the 12th of the month or whatever it may be, right? And so but a lot of times they would take the partial for the month, but then they would refund you whatever you had already paid for the other. No,
they didn't do any of that. There's no refund. There's only a debit. It's for the new amount. It's the exact premium amount, whatever the new policy is going to be. And it says that the policy doesn't start until January. Normally, what would happen is in January, or for a January 1st premium start or policy start, the premium would be due by January 5th, just like it is right now. That is kind of annoying
that if they're telling you right up front, this policy starts January 1st, I don't know why they're taking the money now.
I have no idea. Tick me off, and believe me, I will be giving my rant on Twitter very soon unless I start hearing from them. I'm going to give them 24 hours to fix this. But if they give me the same fakakta, excuse me, that's Yiddish for fucked up. They give me the same fakakta excuse that they gave me 2 years ago when they took $1,200 out of my account. Do you remember that whole escapade that I went through?
Not really.
I'm not going to give you the whole story, but Nice Guy Community, I've had an experience with Care First in the past where when we changed policies because of something very similar, they removed $1,200 from my account. It took them 8 weeks to get the $1,200 back to me.
Ooh. Yeah. It's a long time.
It's a long time.
Yeah. Especially this time of the year for us when it's slow for our industry.
Can you imagine an extra $1,200 coming out? Okay. Hey, thanks for the Christmas gift. Fuck you. Anyhow.
So talking about paying bills, so we want to talk about jobs you'd never want?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So I don't remember what prompted this, but there are certain jobs that I just know that I wouldn't want. I think it's like every Monday morning when I hear the trash truck and then the recycling truck come to my house. I'm sitting at my office looking out my window and I see the what do you call them? Maintenance engineers. The
sanitation engineers.
Sanitation engineers.
Right.
That's right. Come by my house. I'm just like, oh my God, that guy just dumped the entire trash can into the big truck. And not only is that a backbreaking job, but I'm like watching the trash truck juice slip out the can. And I'm like, oh, I know what went into that trash can last week. And I'm like, there is no way that I would ever do that. So a sanitation engineer, trash truck guy could not do that job, would have no desire to do that job. God bless the guys that can do that job. And I'm happy to tip them for doing it. I'm not saying that is a job that is beneath me at all. I'm saying that is a job that I could not do because maybe it's too good for me. I don't know.
Do you tip your sanitation engineers?
I've
never thought about having to do that.
I have not done that, but I'm thinking that I really need to this year.
Well, but it's interesting, Doug, because you don't know what all the benefits may be. So first of all, how late in the day have you ever seen a sanitation engineer come by?
They're usually first thing. So I would say I don't know that they have a late
At most people's houses, they are first thing. Like, I can't remember a time when I've ever had my garbage collected after, I don't know, let's say 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning, conservatively, right?
Yeah, but maybe they start at like 5 in the morning.
Well, but that's the question, because how early can they start? I've never had them come in at like 4 or 5 in the morning, because you got to believe they're going to disturb people that early. But I know they probably start by 5:30 or 6. So what if the job is, let's say, starts at 5:30 a.m. and you're done by 11 or you're done by 12 every day, and maybe it pays really well? I have no idea. It's relatively mindless work, right? So you don't have to think about it. You get a lot of exercise. Obviously, you're staying very active all the time.
You get the ride on the side of the truck and you get the air in your face, and that's good.
Exactly. I mean, you have no idea what the benefits are.
I think that no matter what the benefits are, in my opinion, they do not outweigh the downside, which is you're around smelly. I just go to retrieve my trash cans, and I even have a hard time just bringing in the trash cans because they reek.
Well, that's why there are different things for different people. You would never want my job looking over, reports all day and crunching numbers all day.
It's a different kind of reek. I totally don't want that. I don't want that job either. It's not because, I don't want that job because I can't do that job.
But even if you could do it, like there are things that I'd be like, man, if I could do X, I would love to have that job. But I think with this job, even if you could do it, you wouldn't enjoy it. And that's okay. That's, everybody's a little different. Like,
no, I wouldn't enjoy it. I don't want to do it. Just like I don't want to do highway work or roofing work.
Right. Yeah. Like anything physical, not like I'm lazy. I just don't want to be outside doing construction or doing whatever. No. I hate that kind of stuff.
No, not for me.
What is interesting, there's been an argument about minimum wage and do we need to raise minimum wage? And the big argument that everybody makes when they talk about, hey, we need to raise minimum wage, they say you can't live nowadays on minimum wage, right?
Okay.
I would make the argument that I don't think every single job that an employer offers should be a job that you can make a living at, right? So let's say that Walmart, like working in the warehouse at Walmart or flipping burgers for McDonald's, right? Like, let's say we change minimum wage to $15 an hour so that if you are working, flipping burgers at McDonald's and you're making $15 an hour, that if you are a single guy or a single woman, that you could actually pay your bills doing that. When I was in high school, when I was in college, I had shit jobs that paid shit. Okay. And it taught me how to do jobs that I didn't like to do.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. Why is it that I need because I'm assuming we're talking about, this is the government saying this is what the minimum wage is. Well, how about the fact that if you don't like a minimum wage job, figure out something else that you can do that's worth more than minimum wage. What about getting paid what your value is?
I know that's my argument as well. And, if all jobs start paying, $15 an hour or less, if I am a high school student, how am I going to go get a first job? Or if I'm a college student and I'm trying to make some extra money part-time, because all those $15 an hour burger jobs are going to be taken up by people who are not leaving because they can make their living at that.
I have a new strategy, a new minimum wage. You ready? Here's my new minimum wage. Let me give it to you. $0. That's the minimum wage. $0 is the minimum wage. If you are worth that, that's exactly what you should make. Well, if you want a job that you're going to make $3 an hour, negotiate $3 an hour. I don't get, I know that we're on the same, at least on the same page as in the philosophy of what this minimum wage is. You should get paid what your value is, but why is it that someone has to tell me what my value is? I tell me what my value is.
Well, it is about the government trying to protect us in some ways, which I understand. So like around the turn of the century.
No, but you're not right. You're saying the government trying to protect us. The government is not trying to protect you, Strickland. You are protecting you. If the government is going to protect you, the government should come in and say, here's how much Social Solutions should pay Strickland Bonner for this job. No, that's not right. Tell me the truth about your, I mean, not that you're lying to me about your job, but tell me the truth about negotiating for a job. Do you feel like there should be the job that you have as a whatever, and forget Social Solutions, but wherever you go to work, that if your value for your skill set is $45,000, and they tell you they're going to pay you $30,000 and you agree with that, what's now your value? Is it $30,000 or $45,000?
Well, the value of what you do is only what somebody is willing to pay you to do it.
I agree with that. So now if you're good and you negotiate because you're a good salesperson, you're a good communicator, and you negotiate that same $45,000 job and you get $75,000, why is that not to your benefit? It should be to your benefit. You're a good negotiator. You're a good communication person. You're why? I don't understand. Why can't you make what you're worth based upon what you negotiate as a part of that's a part of the equation too, right?
Yeah, except that I don't believe that all jobs are created equal. And I also don't believe that everybody should be forced to negotiate for whatever salary they make because most people don't want that conflict.
Okay.
I would not doubt that 80% of the people out there that have a job that they did not negotiate their salary. They were probably offered an amount and they took it. I'd be very curious to get feedback from the Nice Guy community on that. Everybody that's listening, did you, whatever job you're in right now, did you negotiate that salary, or were you made an offer and you accepted it? I'm very curious to hear the answer on that.
All right. But let's take somebody that's on we have a lot of real estate agents as a part of the Nice Guy community. So somebody's out there and they are a real estate agent. Don't you have the choice and the decision isn't it in your own hands whether you want to sell a house that's worth $100,000 or go for the $1 million properties? Isn't that up to you and the market that you're in?
Yeah, that's a little different. I mean, real estate agents are definitely independent contractors.
Okay.
And you could go to the argument that different real estate companies will pay different commissions and you choose what you do. But really, you are a salesman at that point. And really, I'm not going to say most jobs are not direct sales jobs, but a large percentage of jobs are not selling somebody directly. Okay.
So if you go into Walmart, and I'm just going to use them as the example, not because I have any idea of what their hiring practices are, but if you go into Walmart and there's a cashier's position open and the cashier's position pays $13.27 an hour, when you walk in there, they say, well, we pay $13.27 an hour for our cashier position. Now you have the option. You can either say, that's fair, I'll take that, I need that money. Or you can say, no, I want to make $17 an hour and I want that same position. Now, Walmart is going to, of course, say to you, well, that's not what that position pays. If you want $17 an hour, you either have to move to the warehouse or we don't have a job for you. Then you have the option as Americans, as human beings, as people in this country, in this capitalist society that we live in, you have the ability to say, fuck you, I don't want that job. Now, why is it that somebody has to tell me what minimum wage is? I mean, I'm not. What challenges me about this whole type of system that we have is we live in a free enterprise society, and yet there are certain rules that tell us what our value is in that free enterprise society. That's a contradiction to me. I'd rather be paid exactly what my value is, which is determined not by anybody other than me.
Well, I think that it's something that started out as a good idea, as a protection, and has gotten twisted. Like unions are
like
very
everything else.
Well, yeah, but unions are along the same line, all right? Around the turn of the century, the reason that unions even got started was because of the sweatshops, right? So you got people getting paid $1 a day or whatever, and they're getting worked to death, and they're working too many hours. And so unions were formed to say, hey, look, these are unsafe working conditions and we need to make sure we have emergency exits and we're getting paid a certain amount of money. And so I think around the turn of the century, unions were an excellent idea to protect the worker. And I believe that minimum wage was probably created and started for the same reasons, but just like unions, I mean, we look at the automobile unions. And again, if there's anybody out there in the automotive industry that can contradict what I'm saying, I would love to hear from you because I really am kind of talking halfway out my ass. I really don't know that this is the case. But I can't remember if it was Ford or GM, but basically the unions went to them and said, hey, look, we're not going to take these price cuts. Ford basically said, and I think it was Ford, I'm just using it as a hypothetical, right? Ford went to the union and said, guys, we're dying. Okay. The company is dying. We're losing money and we need to cut wages. Now, you got a lot of guys. And again, if I'm talking out my ass, I would love to have somebody call and correct me on this. But my understanding is the average salary for like guys that are working on the factory line is like $35 to $45 an hour, right? So these guys are making a lot of money because of the unions. Over the years, the unions have negotiated these very high wages with great benefits for these guys. Now, the company has come back to them and said, guys, we need to cut back on this or we're going to go out of business. And the union's attitude is, hey, fuck you. You're just trying to fuck the employee again, right? Like, this is what you guys always do. You're trying to, and Ford basically said, dude, we're going to go bankrupt. And the union said, fuck you. You're just trying to take back what you gave to us already. Look, to me, that's exactly what has happened. It's the bastardization of this, the powers that these unions have nowadays. It's like, I know that most big companies, yes, they are, a lot of them are evil and selfish, but you know what? They do have shareholders that they have to answer to. And bottom line is sometimes you got to negotiate. You got to, and I think that's what's happened with minimum wage.
So at what point though, along the way, and I know we're beating this issue up and we're over time right now, but at some point you have to say, okay, where is our limit and where is this getting a little bit out of control? And when it was when I was in high school and I went to work for the Great Cookie in 1976, and they said minimum wage is, I think it was $2.70 an hour or $3.10 an hour or whatever it was at that particular time. If I didn't want that job, I should have said, no, I don't want the job. But I figured, all right, well, minimum wage is $3.10 an hour. I'll take it. It's not a lot of money, but you know what? It's better than nothing.
Right. But back to the, like, not all jobs are created equal. So if you're a college student or a high school kid, right, like, not only do you not want to negotiate, you don't even know how. Right. Yeah. And so that's why I totally believe not all jobs are created equal. And I absolutely believe that when you're in an executive position, you certainly need to know that, hey, you've got experience and you need to make the argument that you're worth more, but you need to give facts as to why you think you're worth more. But, you know, if I say, you know what, I don't want to take this job at $8 an hour. Well, you know what, you could apply for 20 more jobs and get offered 20 more jobs at $8 an hour. And they could all turn you down when you say you want to get paid 10. And at that point, you need to decide what you're worth. You may believe that you're worth $10 an hour, but what is the basis of that?
I think there's always going to be someone that is willing to work for less money than you and work harder than you. I just think that we're in a no-win situation by creating this minimum wage. It's not helping. It's not hurting. It really is just further propagating the issue of the government taking a little bit more control of the situation. And I don't think they have to. I don't think it has to be done that way.
Well, Nice Guy Community, we are 35 minutes into the episode, and I kind of brought this up because I wanted to get feedback. I am dying to know what the Nice Guy Community thinks of any of this, about unions, about raising minimum wage, and the thoughts on that, because I love
about my Care First premium going up and being automatically debited from my account. I'd love to know what you guys think about that. If there are any Nice Guy Community members that work for Care First, I would love to talk to you. The rest of the stuff was just banter and covering the whole story, the whole guise of the Care First problem that I've had.
Exactly. So we are going to get into, not tomorrow, but on a Thursday show, is college really needed? Doug's landlord replaces toilets.
Yeah.
Invisibility for cars with drivers.
I'll have to figure out what I meant with that.
Me too. Doug sent that over to me, and I have no idea what the hell it means.
I do. I actually do remember. I remember it's the whole road rage thing and how we all feel like so totally anonymous and invincible when we're behind the wheel of our car.
Okay, so it's not invisibility, it's invincibility.
Invincibility, exactly.
So, I heard about this whole invisibility for cars and drivers. And, when you're driving down the road and you're looking at a car and there's nobody there, there's nobody in the front seat, it's kind of scary. And I can't believe we're talking about invisibility. Invisible people driving cars. It freaks me out if I look and I see them.
Emily, yeah? It's invincible, not invisible.
Oh, never mind.
There you go. See, you got it now. Now you got it. Nice Guy Community. Don't forget, tune in tomorrow. Adam Toporek is on the show. He's all about customer service. And then on Friday, Ryan Phelan from Adestra is on the show talking about email marketing. So we got a couple more great episode interviews coming up this week. The episode on Thursday, we're going to get more into invisible cars and a whole bunch of other fun stuff. Strick, any final words before we head out of here?
No, Steve O'Brien, take us out of here.
For the Nice Guys on Business, I'm Steve O'Brien. Seriously, it'll only hurt for a minute or two, 10 tops.